Okay, so what about like the other Latin communities here, like maybe, you know, the Mexicans or Colombians? Because I've heard that it's not just Venezuelans, you got other people coming. Even, I mean, I know Haitians were more in Ohio supposedly and all that stuff.
Florida.
Like, yeah, have you seen any other communities? Is it mostly Venezuelans, or like have you talked
here
to?
it's the Venezuelans, because they came on a bus. That's how that happened. They all came and they came downtown for the longest time, and which was kind of interesting because recently they've been sending the buses to like Kamala Harris's like house. But
Really?
Right, yeah,
That's
you have
crazy.
to look that up. It's pretty crazy. But
They're like busing from, you said South
like
Mexico?
Texas.
Texas.
And,
Do they just pay for these buses from out of country to cross the border? Or something?
well, they tell me that they walk.
Cross the border.
Yeah, like 1,000 miles they walk, and they show me videos of them like walking hella far,
Like through like jungles and shit, or what?
like through. They're walking not through jungles, but like you could definitely see like dirt roads that they be walking around.
Yeah.
You can see, you know, people around. It's cool because they like sometimes it looks like they're having a good time. Like they're at like a place that is like a lake sometimes where they take a break at, and then like there's certain people I'm sure that like pick them up, and you know, because I have asked like, hey, do y'all just like? I get curious myself, so I've asked them. I'm like, did the coyotes like bring you guys here? And they're like, no. Like you tell, like you say, did the coyote?
What are coyotes?
Those are people that like, you know what I'm saying, that like traffic over here. Yeah.
So they take buses up to somewhere in Mexico, and then they walk across the border somehow, and it's like thousands of miles. And
right, at least that's what they say.
What motivates them to do it? I guess I know it's the American dream, but like that seems like a treacherous,
like a very shit. I'm fat, so
walking that far.
Right, yeah. I would say, well, I think they believe that it's a big change here. I think when they first got here, they thought that it was going to be a big difference and that they was going to be able to get jobs automatically. And I think that they thought that they were going to be able to, you know, come and make a different life. You know what I'm saying? Versus what it is right now, where there's just like so many stops in the system to where it's like, oh, I can't go work, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't provide for my family, kind of thing. So, which I understand too. I mean, everybody's got to provide. So.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else you want to speak on as far as the community before we get into you just kind of promoting your own stuff and where to find you at and stuff like that?
Well, I think the community needs to come together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, you know, Venezuelans or Mexicans or you know, African Americans. I think everybody needs to learn how to come together and just be able to peacefully do things. You know what I'm saying? If I could say that.
Yeah.
I think we need to be able to help one another whenever there's, you know, things going on. You know, I come from like a southern state, but I mean, you know, we always talk about like southern hospitality, but a lot of people don't really understand what that's like down there versus like here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I try to provide that to everywhere I go, based off of where I'm from. So, and I try to be mean.
Do you ever feel like scared living here, or did you feel scared living at the Dallas apartments?
No, I'm not scared. Pretty much in a lot of places. In my personal belief, I'm not supposed to be scared to die. You know what I'm saying? Death is just like a thing that naturally happens. You know what I'm saying? Whether it happens in a bad way or a good way, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's gonna happen one way or another. That's why I'm not really like necessarily worried about it. Regardless, it's gonna happen. Death is inevitable. So.
What is your opinion on the media's take on the whole crisis and everything? Whether it be the left side or the right side, like what's your opinion on that?
They need to relax. I think they need to. I think that after this political year, we'll see things like decrease by a lot. For sure. Yeah, with it being a political year, I believe that's why it's like so big. Everybody's like, hey, we gotta enforce this, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and I'm just like, man, that's why I can't wait.
Me too.
Whatever happens, it's like it's over with. It's you know what I'm saying. To me, it's like you know, I think we'll go through a period of time. You know, obviously the transition of power I think will be interesting. I do think that we'll see something crazy happen between there like we did last time. I don't know if like on that level, but I think that I have talked to people about like what's going to happen. You know, if like Donald Trump comes in office, they said that they're going to leave and go to another country.
Really?
Yeah.
What country?
I have no idea. I didn't ask what country, but they
Yeah.
probably would. I don't know. If it was me, I'd probably go to like South America or something.
Like Mexico or something?
Yeah.
You think Trump will win, or who do you think will win? Unbiased, like who's your... Not necessarily who you want to win, but who do you think will probably win?
Who do I think will win?
Yeah.
Well, based off me, I'm one of those people. I do like pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't know if I hate to say it, but I think that Donald Trump does end up winning, and the reason being is I would say that he ends up winning because the one thing that the United States was founded off of was like God, country, and even the military would say that it's like God, country, family, and I think that when it comes down to that, Donald Trump pretty much has that pretty much in place as far as like the belief, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus like Kamala, I think she grew up like Hinduism or like Hindu or something they were saying or something, and the other day she tried to like downplay it or something. I think that I think she did great in the debate, obviously, but I think after that things just have kind of like gone downhill. She's lost. What do they call them? Where they like vouch for them or something? What is that?
Like supporters?
Yeah,
like for example, like Elon Musk supports Trump.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I do think that Elon Musk is doing a lot.
He's doing a lot.
Yeah, that dude wants Donald Trump definitely to win for sure.
Which is surprising because he used to be liberal, very liberal.
Well, he used to talk crazy about Donald Trump too at one time. So it was like, okay, this is interesting. And then like the one thing I have seen that is kind of the reason I think it plays in Trump's favor is because for the longest time he was talking about how are we going to end the Russian and the war that's going on.
Oh, Ukraine?
Yeah, with Ukraine.
Oh, and he's saying I'm going to end it right away.
I can end it in a day. That's what he said. And so when the Ukraine president came to meet with Donald Trump like a month ago, he was like, it sounded optimistic. I was like, for like a year they was like, oh, that's never going to happen. But then as we get closer to time, it's like we're coming to some real critical factors that play a key piece in that.
What was your opinion when Trump came here? Did you go to that rally, or did you have an opinion on that rally?
I got tickets to go. I just woke up late.
Yeah.
I was going to go. I wanted to go, but
You seem very neutral.
Yeah, I try to stay neutral. Yeah. I think that's the best thing to do in anything. I just want somebody that's going to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will give Donald Trump his credit as far as him being able to, like, lower gas down to, like, almost 99 cents at one time. It was, like, $1.18 where I lived. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. I don't know what it was here.
In Alabama?
In Tennessee, it was, like, $1.18.
Yeah.
And that was the lowest. $1.07, I think, is what it was. And I was like, wow, we're really going to see gas back at 99 cents.
That's crazy, yeah.
And I do think he was able to get a lot done. I think the wall thing was a little too... Extreme?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going to... Because to me, it's like, we're going to make them pay for a wall that they don't even want to do anything with.
Right.
So it's like... To me, it was like, oh, we're going to force another country to pay for a wall.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Let's make it make sense.
If we're,
you know what I'm saying?
We're going to build a wall, we're going to pay for it.
Right, yeah. And it's going to come from our taxpayer dollars.
Right. Okay.
So, I guess it just plays a factor, what's going to happen.
Yeah. Have you heard any, like, gunshots or shootings out here? Like, maybe not necessarily in these apartments, but just, like, living out here? Have you heard anything crazy?
In Colorado?
No, just since you moved from Dallas over here, have you heard anything crazy?
Crazy? No.
It seems pretty diverse. I mean, community over here.
I think you have your normal drama shit going on, you know what I'm saying? It's normal everyday stuff. I don't want to say there's like no shootings over here, but I haven't heard anything, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty quiet over here.
One thing I want to ask too is I drove by the Dallas Street Apartments, the Whispering Pines one, which is I want to say a little deeper East Colfax in Aurora, and then the Nome Street ones were already shut down when I drove by. But the Whispering Pine ones, supposedly there's like a news platform, I think it's CBS, put out talking about like either the security dude or one of the dudes got beat up or something, and that they were like starting to force tenants to pay rent to the Venezuelans. Have you seen any sign of that as far as just like the Venezuelans trying to take over rents and stuff like that?
They tried to do that to the manager.
Manager? Okay.
Yeah, that was the manager that got
property
beat
manager.
Up. That's what they said. His name was Renato. And which is kind of interesting because he's the one that sent the damn video to the news of those people like kicking in the door and shit.
Okay.
And the way I look at it is, I mean, I could see where that was going on over at Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Because right after we left, they were like, can we take over your apartment? You know what I'm saying? But
When you say they,
the Venezuelans,
yeah,
but they like asked us. They didn't like take it over. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And obviously we were like,
well, you're
no,
leaving, so
we're leaving, but
yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So at that point, when our name was off the lease of that area, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, you can do whatever you want to do at that point, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I just went by there like a week ago.
You think they'll shut it down?
I think that I don't see why they haven't shut it down. And the reason being is because there's so many issues with some of these properties. And it costs a lot of money to deal with all the issues they got. You know, they got drywall coming down in some of them. You got
Right.
super big mold issues. To me, it's not like really living situations.
Livable.
You know what I'm saying? But where I live, it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, it's kind of crazy because like they say that we have a roach problem here, but I haven't even had one in my house, which everybody be like, oh, well, you're lucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think it's also how you
Keep up.
with yourself. You know what I'm saying? I think that plays a big part. Like even when I first heard that when I moved in, I took the certain precautions of, you know, going out and buying products that wouldn't
Kill the roaches or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I took that kind of precautionary thing because you don't know what's going to happen when you first move into a place. You're like, you think it's going to be cool and shit, but then anything can happen. So,
Right.
but a lot of those places, they have their own problems. And I will say that I don't know if the owners really got the money. I think he's kind of...
Because I've seen the owners, they came out on X and they've been very, just trying to, you know, speak their truth and their opinion on like, hey, there is, you know, a problem going on. It's not necessarily just us being slumlords or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that they have put a lot of money into this place.
Yeah.
Like to remodel it on the inside, and they're actually taking... you know, with me doing security and stuff, they actually do listen to what I say and what we should like fix and how we should fix it and the best way of fixing it is.
Yeah.
I will say they try to like have like a million quotes, but you know, other than that, that's the biggest issue. They want like, you know, I think they just make the job a little harder than what it is. But I mean, I deal with that even before I did security work. You know, I used to do like insurance and stuff. And people want to get, you know, 30 different quotes before just to find the right price. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. All right. Well, is there anything you want to, last minute things you want to speak on, shout out, stuff like that?
Shout out Mike's Paradise, you know what I'm saying? November 12th, all platforms, Misunderstood. Got the show coming on this weekend too. Nick Lavelle, Halloween concert and party. So make sure you come out there, bring your friends. Got $500 costume party contest going on. You know, make sure you stay up to date with Mile High Bennett.
Appreciate it.
You know, I think he's doing a lot of big things in the city. And I think he's good for the city, you know what I'm saying? I think we need somebody like Mile High Minute. We just need to prop his platform up a little bit more and be more supportive.
Much love, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, stay notified when all these news drops.
Exactly.
Shout out Cody, man. I appreciate you for coming on and telling your story. Make sure y'all go follow him on everything, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. All that links be in the description.
Ross Promotions 23.
Yep. Mile High Minute, #1 blog in the universe. We out. Appreciate you.